The Spanish C2 exam kind of reminds me of the movie 300, where King Leonidas and his band of 300 Spartan soldiers willingly face an impossible army of thousands of Persian soldiers at the Battle of Thermopylae. They did this after going through days of battle, tired, and outnumbered. This month, I have my own battle, the Spanish C2 exam. And whether you're an advanced student about to take it, or a beginner that's hoping to in the future, this is why you might fail the exam if you try it yourself. For context, the C2 is amongst the highest Spanish certifications that you can get globally. It's a difficult 5-ish hour exam that pushes you in all aspects of the language: reading, listening, speaking, and writing at the highest levels and in the most formal contexts. It would give even native speakers a hard time, and like me, you're probably not a native Spanish speaker, so imagine what it'll do to us. The reason you might have a hard time with this test is probably one of the reasons you might decide to take it in the first place. I decided to take the C2 because it was the hardest Spanish exam I could find. I took Spanish in school like most students in the US, but I really fell in love with the language 2 years ago when I studied abroad in Spain. I came back to the US enamored with the language and wanted to keep going. I wanted to get better and better at Spanish so that I could connect to new people, engage with and contribute to communities all over Spain, Latin America, Equatorial Guinea, Spanish-speaking US, and all over the world. And get past that invisible language barrier that blocks us from really forming bonds with people and experiencing cultures. But as you get better at Spanish, learning becomes a lot harder. You know there's more to learn, but it's hard to find materials because most of the organized materials are for beginners. And have you ever gotten that exciting feeling when you'd learn a couple of new phrases and from week to week you could feel and see yourself actually getting better at the language? Yeah, that kind of goes away too. You continue learning new stuff as an advanced student, but it's not clear that you're actually getting better at the language overall. I thought the C2 exam would solve both of these problems. It would be a clear sign of progress, and it would give me challenging, organized resources to reveal my weaknesses and get better fast. Like the Spartans who became better soldiers by fighting the fiercest opponents, I wanted to become better at Spanish by shooting for the toughest exam. And that's precisely why you might fail. Like many students, you might never sign up for the C2 in the first place, because the idea of how hard it is and the possibility of failing might scare you. But courage isn't doing something because you're fearless, it's being scared and doing it anyway. The value isn't from succeeding, it's from deciding to take on the challenge. So pass or fail, I'm going to do this. And if I pass, I'll post a video explaining everything I did to study for the exam to help you make your own study plans. And if I don't, then just like the 300 Spartans, I'll be left with the honor of having faced the challenge head on, despite my fear. So set a date on the calendar, even if you're just starting and it's 3 years away, and start training to take the challenge head on yourself. Check out this video to see how I started preparing for the exam in VR to keep it fun. Go face your own challenging but worthwhile Battle of Thermopylae. Hasta la próxima.